How you doing? I'm Russ down at RM Fitness. Just put a little thing on Facebook, just a bit of banter as much as anything, and what I want to do is do a video that involves the 6 secrets to achieving the body that you want. I've also called this the six pillars to success, okay? So number 1, mindset, okay? You need to get your head in the right place first. That is the most important thing. If your head isn't in the right place, guys, nothing else is going to follow on from this. And by getting your head in the right place, what I mean is you need to have a perception of what goals you want to achieve. So, do you want to lose 5 stone? Do you want to lose 5 pounds? Do you want to drop a dress size? Do you want to improve your deadlift by 10%? You need to have an understanding about what it is, exactly what it is that you want to achieve. Okay, the second thing under that sort of category really is that your mindset, you need to be focused. So if you're not focused, then things could distract you from your goals quite easily on a daily basis. So your mate's going to the chippy on a Friday dinner time. I talk about that quite a lot. Little things can distract you away from your goals. So you've got to be focused, which all comes from your mind, which starts from setting goals. You need to then practice something that I was talking about on my Facebook last night called visualization. And that's where you visualize actually achieving that end result on that end goal. So 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, maybe 5 minutes straight after your workout, something like that. But you need to kind of visualize, what it's going to feel like, what you're going to look like, what other people are going to think about you, what emotions are going to go through your head once you've achieved that end goal in X amount of weeks or whatever it is. And the last thing is I think if you've got a big goal, you need to hit it with quite a lot of action early on. Okay, I'm a big fan of making things sustainable for people, but I think when people come in with quite a big goal, you need massive action and momentum to kind of start moving you forward towards achieving that goal. And one thing that I always like to say is it's this saying, WEIT, okay? Whatever it takes. You could put an F in there. I'm going to drop my first F-bomb. No one around. Whatever it fucking takes, isn't it, yeah? That's what you need to get your head around. I'm going to do whatever the fuck it takes to achieve that goal. Right, mindset. That's pillar number 1, or secret number 1. Number 2. Lifestyle. Okay. Big one here. Planning and preparation. Okay. Planning what workouts you're going to do. If you're training in a commercial gym where it's not done for you, like in RM Fitness, then what am I going to do when I turn up? Am I just going to rock up to the gym and just do whatever I want to do? Or have I got structured plan in place? You need to plan what you're doing. You need to prepare things like your food and your gym bag, okay? Because when you get up on the back foot and the kids are screaming in the morning and you forget to take your gym kit to work, you're making it easy to then not train after work because you've got to go home and get your gym kit and then it all goes off at home and the net result is you don't end up training and you're not going to achieve your goals. So planning and preparation are key. I think another massive thing with lifestyle that is this yin-yang thing. I'm not the best at this, guys, but this is where you're balancing your energy. So you've got like an on button and an off button. Okay, I'm on all the time, okay, but that needs balancing out with some off. So I'm going to be going on holiday soon and hopefully that'll switch me off for a bit. But it's kind of do as I say, not as I do for me on this one, guys. I'm fully aware of that, but I can only give you the best advice available. And that is that you do need to switch off a little bit from what you're doing. So if you're training every night, you're not giving your body that downtime to kind of recover and what we call super compensate and get better and better and better. Sleep and stress management come under lifestyle. Are you watching the TV till God knows what time, or you're playing on your iPhone or your iPad? We're all guilty of this, okay? One, it stresses you out, things that you might be seeing on social media, things might be irritating you, that isn't going to get you off to sleep properly because your stress hormones are going to be high. And 2, the light from the actual device you're looking at, your phone, your iPad, your telly, that interferes with your sleep patterns. So are you managing your sleep properly? Because that has a huge bearing on whether you're burning fat, absolutely huge. Are you managing your stress properly? Because again, when you're stressed out and you're training, you're burning muscle tissue, preserving fat, particularly around the belly area. That's what our bodies want to do. And last thing, guys, I'm fucking massive on this. I call it your sort of circle of influence. Okay, so that bubble of people around you. What is that circle of influence like, and what are you doing to kind of nurture relationships with people that are going to maybe help you? So, we've all got negative people in our life, and you need to come up with strategies that allow you to still move forward, even though these people are in your life, okay? So that might mean that on Facebook, you just fucking delete them, yeah? People are saying stuff, people are holding you back, people are irritating you, people are showing negativity, just fucking get them off your Facebook. It's that simple. okay? But in a more of a personal thing, it might be someone when you've got a very close relationship with. It might be a family member, or it might be people at work or something. Obviously, you can't just go around getting rid of people in real life, so you've got to find ways of managing them relationships, haven't you? And not letting it hold you back. So your circle of influence is massive, and I think the other thing is seeking out people that are going to make you better. So I'm a big one for having mentors and relationships with people where they help me out in different ways. Now, obviously, I return that favour in other ways. It might be someone who teaches me how to use, emails more effectively, and in exchange, I show them how to get the body in better shape. Okay, so it's a two-way thing, and I think further to that, there's a lot of people in life that just take, and I don't really like that at all. And what I try and do, guys, is give back wherever possible. So if somebody comes to you for help, then it's only fair that you give them help, and in return, the way that kind of the law of attraction works and things like that is you'll get help back off other people, because that's just the way it works. Okay, number 3. Nutrition. Okay, obviously nutrition forms a massive, massive part. I'm not going to go into the absolute depths and ins and outs of it all, but I think there's two or three things for me. I think firstly, it's just a case of making sure that you're being individual with what you're doing to a degree. Yeah, so 400 grams of carbohydrates might work well for one person, 40 grams of carbohydrates might work well for another person. Porridge, pre-workout might be good for one person, might be the worst in the world for the other person. So you need that kind of individualisation. But it's like a weighing scale. There's a tipping point, because what then happens is that people haven't got clarity on what they need to do, and that's probably because like they make work saying, do Juice Plus or Herbalife, or I go to Slimmers World or Weight Watchers or whatever the fuck else, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, all that does is it just creates this massive of frustration and overanalyzing information, and people don't know what to do. And as human beings, when we don't know what to do, we do nothing. So you do need that clarity. Doing something consistently is better than doing something that is imperfect, but consistently doing it will get you better results over the long run than doing something that's perfect, but you just do it for a day. So you follow a perfect diet for one day, and then you get bored, pissed off, frustrated, can't be bothered with it. You do something different than for 2 days, and you go back to diet for one. That ain't going to get anyone anywhere. So just make a start and start moving forward. Last thing from me, guys, and I'm dropping a few F-bombs here, I do apologise. There's no one in the gym at the minute, but just don't fuck it up for yourself. Yeah, people just fuck it up by just eating shit all weekend. Things like that. It's just, I'm saying make it individualised, and it might seem complicated when we're talking about carbs and these sort of different things, but before you even get anywhere near that, there's people just fuck it up for themselves by just doing things that they know is wrong. They just absolutely know point blank that they shouldn't be doing certain things. Okay, next pillar. Pillar number 4, training. Training. I think the first thing to look at, first thing, you should be just doing some form of training, shouldn't you? Yeah? If you're deconditioned and you're overweight and you've not done jack shit for 10 years, then just start doing anything, just start moving. It could be anything, you know what I mean? Don't focus on it being this perfect workout. It could be anything, walking the dog, playing with the kids, it can be absolutely anything. But then, the further along that spectrum that you get, the more dialed in and focused that training's got to be. I think from the demographic we generally work with, I think the two variables we look at with people is how much cardio are you doing compared to how much resistance work. And I think that at one end of the spectrum, you get people that do need quite a bit of cardio and they work well with that sort of protocol. That person then ends up turning into somebody that can't move forward unless they're getting the adequate amount of resistance training and training with weights and big compound movements, deadlifts, squats, bench presses, assisted chin-ups or normal chin-ups, rows, shoulder presses. You've got to be doing the big bang for your buck exercises. So it's getting that balance right, that balance. And I think there's two things with that balance. One is, are you getting that balance right at any given moment in time? But two, appreciate that balance will change. Okay, you come back off a 2-week all-inclusive holiday, and what was right for you before you went, you might need something different for a month when you first get back. Just bear that in mind, guys, and that ties in quite nicely with your goals. Pillar number 5, or secret number 5, monitor. I'm going to split that off into two, so you need to be monitoring. So if you're not measuring, you're guessing. How do you know if you're moving forward? there's two things you need to be monitoring. There's a number of ways you can monitor stuff, but there's two things you need to be monitoring. One, you need to be monitoring your body composition. So I would suggest before and after type pictures, done yourself, a little selfie type thing. I would suggest body fat if you've got access to body fat scales. I would suggest weight, even though it's not the be all and end all. And I would suggest like inches with a tape measure. And I suppose a final thing you could do is obviously your clothes. You kind of know when you know how your work stuff's fitting you, like lads, you know, your t-shirt's feeling a bit tighter on your arms or they're getting baggy. And, you know, obviously you want the opposite around your waist section and different stuff like that. I think the other thing that's really important to monitor is your kind of like performance in the gym. I don't think every single session doesn't need to be monitored, in my opinion. In my opinion, I think that you need to be knowing as you're going along whether or not you're getting better. And again, this is different for different people. The more experienced you are, you might find you don't have to monitor every nth degree. The less experienced you are, you might need that to begin with. So in our gym, we do monitor everything, all components for people, because again, if you're not measuring, you're guessing. Pillar number 6. Accountability. So whether this is making yourself accountable only to yourself, that can work. It comes back to your mindset, doesn't it? If you feel like absolute shit right now and you're absolutely fed up with it and you want to move forward, you might have enough in you, mindset wise, to make yourself accountable. Okay? But I'm fully aware that 90% of people need to be accountable to someone else. Again, at Iron Fitness, what we do is everybody's got a booklet, and this stuff's monitored. The stuff I'm talking about, that's being monitored, is also, when people want it, we're holding them accountable. And that's, in my opinion, that's absolutely critical. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you kind of zoom in on there. What I suggest you do, get a screenshot of them, okay, and then you can print that out, and then you can plan around those sort of 6 key variables. So you can plan your routine and you know, plan your body transformation, plan getting the ideal body around that. Now's the perfect time, innit? Because kids are going back to school, the weather's getting shitty, people are probably coming back off holidays early September, and we've got like a clear run up to Christmas, haven't we, where people at the end of the day do want to look and feel good leading up to Christmas. This stuff, obviously you can do this on your own. Of course you can do it on your own. If you want help for it, fire me an inbox or an email after this video. We have got some places left on our body transformation challenge. The way it's going to work is that we're running it with a really, really tight group of people. So we're not running it with, you know, I think our biggest one's been 150 people. We're running it with 30 people. There's 30 spaces. When them 30 spaces are gone, they're gone. What happens is next week you can book on and come down to a discovery seminar where I'm going to talk you through this process in a bit more detail. I certainly like to think that even if you don't sign up to the challenge, which is no strings attached, if it's not for you, it's not for you, that you're still going to learn something. At the same time, guys, it's application only. I really am protecting what this is about and the key values of this. So a lot of what we're doing at the minute is application only. That isn't to kind of piss people off. That's because we want the right people in the gym, because the atmosphere in here is absolutely phenomenal. In terms of our normal group programme, Evolution 365, there is a waiting list for that, but if you find me a message, probably the best thing to do is book on the discovery seminar for the challenge, actually, and we can speak after that about how long the waiting list is likely to last for. Other than that, guys, yeah, I like doing these videos because, you know, guys, people I get inboxes from people all over the country and in different countries as well, in fact, that they find this information useful. Last thing, guys, don't forget to find me across information. If you want videos doing on different things and stuff, I like giving you what you kind of want, really. So peace out, guys. Have a good day.